this is going to sound bad, but I love a big piece of meat.
You heard it here first. Hey there. Welcome to Parties to Playdates. I'm Kendall.
And I'm Jess. We're here to fill your day with warmth and laughter.
Join us as we navigate the chaos and joy of everyday life.
We're all about sharing real-life moments with a dash of humor and practical tips.
So grab your coffee and settle in for a cozy chat.
Because here, every moment is a story worth sharing.
No topic is off limit.
And every listener is a friend.
Let's get this party started.
Hey, Kendall.
Hey, girl. What's going on?
You know, I'm about to smash this lemon poppy seed muffin.
Oh,
Is what's going on.
mine is so chocolatey. It's so good. Shouting out for Black Bear.
Please sponsor us. Kendall, what did they say or do this week?
Well, I was at work, right? And Ryan is the nighttime carer of Mav.
The Manny.
He's our Manny.
The daddy Manny.
Yes. So I was at work and I got a text message and it literally says, "Guess who shit on the floor today?" And I was like, oh no, I already know. It's first off, not Ryan. I don't think he's going to do that and then send me a photo. And I know it's not our dogs because they do not go, they will not go to the bathroom in the house. So I'm like, oh God, it's Maverick. Here we go. And literally he sends me 2 photos and the top one is like, it looks like the poop emoji where it's literally like swirled up, but it's like a perfect poop. And then the next one is Maverick standing there like wide-legged with just a shirt on. So you just see like the bottom part of his butt crack and like his little cheeks hanging. Diaper completely ripped off and there's the poop right underneath him.
Oh,
yeah.
That was a brave move to take a picture while it was just on the rug.
That's what his family said. I showed his family and they were cracking up and they're like, look at Ryan. Of course he's like, oh, let me get my photo, like photo moment. That I was like crying, laughing at work. I thought it was the funniest thing because it's always stuff like that happens when the Manny is watching him.
Well, they have to have memories with Dad too. And that's a good one. Dad's not going to forget that one.
No, he's been issues with his diaper lately. He just wants to like rip them off, which I don't know. Is that someone telling me he wants to get potty trained or he's just over diapers? He just wants to free the balls.
Some might tell you that.
What about you, girl? Give it to me.
So this week I was giving my 15-year-old a ride home and he brought up a friend of mine who's engaged and he was like, "Hey mom, isn't so-and-so engaged?" And I was like, "Isn't she getting married?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, totally." And he was like, "Yeah, cool. So like, are you going to the wedding?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, absolutely. She's one of my closest friends." And he's like, Cool. Are we going to get to go to the wedding?" And I was like, I guess, like maybe, like if you're invited, if they're not doing like a super small wedding. And he was totally just trying to get a wedding invite to the party. And what's funny is my kids have only been to 1 or 2 other weddings in their entire lifetime because I feel like a lot of people were married before we had kids. So anyways, I guess that one really made an impact because anytime we talk about weddings, he is ready to go.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cute.
I don't know if he just loves a party or he likes to dance.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, what is the thing that's like driving him to want to go?
I don't know, but he was really in it and I thought it was so cute. Like he brought it up out of nowhere.
That's
like,
really
cute. He was
cute.
just thinking like, I think I want to go to this.
Especially for a teenage boy.
Yeah.
I would see a girl wanting to go.
And it's not like it's a guy friend. Like he knows the guy. It's one of my girlfriends that he never sees or talks to actually. So
he probably sees that when you guys do go to weddings and stuff, you guys have such a good time that he's like, what about me?
yeah, that's probably it for sure.
He's so sweet. I love him. So Jess, since this is our first one, I think we need to go back a few years and talk about kind of how we met and like what is our story.
I like it.
Which is great because it was at a bar that's actually no longer here. R.I.P. Steamboat. Love you. So good.
So good.
Let's go back to that night. Okay, so what were you and Andrew doing there that night? Do you remember?
I think we were just having dinner. Maybe we were watching a football game. We were just relaxing because it was so close to our house. It was like an easy place when we just wanted to grab something to eat. They had amazing food for the grimiest dive bar ever.
So good.
And you guys, you and your man were off to the side in this little corner.
We
that was
only go
kind
to
of
the
a
corner.
game room.
That's
kind
the
of
only
thing.
place we'd ever sit. Like, you'd maybe catch us at the bar, but no.
Yeah.
We sat at like the 2-person table that's literally not even big enough for 2 people. and
Yeah.
play Golden Tee, because that's all we used to do before kids.
So you guys were over there, and I'll be honest, I don't even know how we started a conversation with you guys. Do you?
I do. It was your husband. He walked straight on up to us because that's who he is.
True.
Ryan and I were like so balls deep into this game because we loved it. But yeah, I remember Andrew coming up and saying something. I don't know exactly what he said. You guys were so friendly. And at first we were like talking and we were like, yeah, we're married. You're like, us too. And you asked if we had kids and we're like, no. And I literally did not believe you when you said you had 4 kids.
Because I'm so young.
No, really.
Looking.
I'm so serious. And you also at that point, I'm pretty sure you had color in your hair.
Oh, was it that long ago?
Yes, I'm pretty sure you had like pink or blue or purple or
yeah.
something in your hair. And you always look young, but with the color, it made you look younger. And I was like, and I literally did not believe you. And I still don't.
Oh, you're too sweet. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize it was that long ago because that was almost 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But you were so fun. You let us play the game with you. We totally got in on the Golden Tee and we had so much fun and laughed. And Andrew made fun of you bending over.
Oh, yeah, because I stick my butt out.
Yeah.
That's just how comfy I am.
You know, you got to have the right form if you want to win on Golden Tee.
I know. He did. And he even like kept like trying to pose like me. It was so great.
Oh, I remember that. It was very entertaining.
He did a good job. He looked just like me.
So funny. I remember we were like, oh, do you guys come here a lot? And you guys are like, oh, absolutely. We do. We're here all the time. Then we go, cool. We'll see you around.
Literally.
And then we never saw you there again.
Ever again.
That was the end of it.
And I got your phone number, and it's so funny because it's still saved in my phone till this day. It says Jessica NN, like the letter N. I don't even know why I put that. N space Andrew. It was like a while later, and we both showed up to the same game night at someone's house.
Yeah, I think it was almost a year after that because when we had shown up to the game night,
Mm-hmm.
you guys had got married, I think, a few weeks before that, maybe.
Mm-hmm. It had to have been because it was in the wintertime because, yeah, we got married in October.
And I don't know if I've ever been so excited to show up to a house of somebody I knew to run into somebody I didn't know, you and Ryan, and be like, oh my gosh, we can get their number. We can be friends. And then what happened, Kendall? Do you remember?
Oh, no, I do not. Refresh my memory.
And then we loved Ryan and Kendall and we wanted to be their friends.
Oh.
So we invited them to party.
Oh, yeah.
After party.
Oh, yeah.
To crawfish boil. After crawfish boil. To all of the things and all of the events for another year.
Literally for another year. Oh,
and
my gosh.
what did Ryan and Kendall do? Did they come to all those parties?
No. That's so messed up.
No, they didn't. And if you want to be friends with somebody, all I can say is perseverance, people. Perseverance.
Be consistent.
And maybe ask them a little bit about their schedule because that's really where the problem was.
I know. It's terrible. And I feel like our schedule is just getting worse, but like it's working out.
Well, the problem was you guys were always off on Sundays and Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Andrew were always doing stuff on Fridays, Saturdays.
Yeah, that is very true.
Everything we wanted you guys to come to, you were working.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Backstory.
eventually,
I'm a waitress, so I work at nights, only at nights.
after 2 years
I know. God.
of meeting these wonderful people, we finally got them to show up to something.
And I think, I want to say it was your Christmas party. It was your Christmas party, and I was like freshly pregnant.
Well, I think you guys actually came to a crawfish boil.
Was it?
On a Saturday. But what happened was we did it earlier in the day.
Oh,
at
you're
like
right,
1
you're
o'clock.
right. So I could go there and then to work.
You guys came and then you left and then Ryan stayed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh
we
my gosh,
just got
probably till
Ryan
all
till,
hours of the morning.
Midnight. He stayed late. He really enjoyed He was like, why haven't we come to these before?
God, him, crawfish, beer, and boys. He's like,
I
oh,
know.
man.
Perfect. So yeah, and then you guys came to our Christmas party, and then I feel like it was history after then.
Yeah.
And then we just started not planning stuff on Fridays and Saturdays anymore.
I know. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I feel like when you find people that you really connect with, you don't mind rearranging your life a little bit.
I fully agree with that.
To me, friendships are the most important thing of any part of where it doesn't matter where you live or the house you live in or the job you have or any of that. The friendships that you have as part of your life are really the most impacting and important part that is worth sacrificing other things for, worth sacrificing time or rearranging your schedule or going out of your way to connect with somebody, because I feel like that's what really brings joy to my life, at least.
Yes. And when you said, doesn't matter what house you live in, it literally reminded me of, like, I think it was the first time that Andrew and you ever came to our house, and he walked in and it was like such a good comment. He was like, oh, your house is so cozy like ours. You're like the only other friends that have a cozy house.
Yes.
It made me so happy.
And by cozy, he means not perfection.
No, there's toys everywhere. There's dog hair everywhere. I mean, there's probably there's always dirty dishes. I mean, it's not like we have mismatched tiles. We have an old couch.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's like pristine and in a place. There's not a place for anything.
Well, and I've always told Andrew, I would like to have a beautiful, pristine house with all the trimmings and delightful things that make it look gorgeous. But at the same time, I always say, at the end of my life, I'm not going to look back and say, oh, I wish I would have cleaned up more, or I wish I would have done those dishes while my friends were still here instead of sitting down and visiting with them until 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, not enjoying their company.
And so, yet again, another reason to just enjoy life and ignore the dishes, guys.
Yeah, screw the dishes.
They'll be there tomorrow and the next day and the next day.
When you walked in, I looked at and I was like, oh my God, there's dirty dishes from last night. I just baked a bunch of cookies. I mean, there's just dishes everywhere. But it's like, you're right. They can wait. Yep. Everybody has dishes.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
What do they say? It's like herpes. I'm just kidding. They always come back.
They'll keep finding you.
I don't have.
No, we're good.
The question that I think we should talk about today is, how do you make friends as an adult?
Yes, I think that's such a good question, especially where we live in the Panhandle, where I feel like a lot of people are coming and going.
Yeah.
Very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Transient.
Yes, very much so. People, they sometimes will stay, they sometimes usually go, but not for a long period of time. So it is hard to find friends, especially for adults. I feel like we all kind of get older and grumpier and like more closed off.
Well, and I think we get kind of caught up in our own lives of kids and family and sports and all the things that need to be done. And especially in this area, because the cost of living is extremely high, because it's like a touristy area, I feel like people are constantly just like working and striving to pay to live here kind of thing. And so it's really hard. There most of the people you meet are business owners or have jobs that have crazy hours or service industries, and where people are just hustling and working really hard. And so it's difficult to kind of find time or find people that have time to invest in new friendships.
Yeah. It was hard, I think. Also, like, the chapter that Ryan and I are in right now in our life is when we started making really like some great friends. Like, it was, and I want to say like bar friends, because we'd never texted these people, but we would always see them out at bars or like restaurants, or like, I work with all these people, so we would just run into them everywhere, and it would be the same people at the same places at the same time, and it's usually late night, everyone's drinking. And then when we started a family, those people really weren't like it sucks to say, but like the people we weren't wanting to spend our time with anymore, because we're not in that chapter. Like, we don't go out ever anymore to like late night bars ever. Like, I can't tell you the last time we were at a happy hour, but those are still some good people and we really enjoy seeing them and it's such a good time. But we also have a baby there as well now, I guess.
Well, and when you have young kids like that, they demand so much on your time and your energy.
My attention is them.
And it's hard because you want to get out and you want to have a good time and do things that are relaxing and fun, but you don't want to pay babysitters all the time and you don't want to leave them alone all the time. And I've found that for some reason, I don't know if it's just the area we live in or the culture has changed, but a lot of people don't hang out with their friends in their homes anymore. It was easier to go to somebody's house where you could contain the chaos a little bit than a restaurant or going out. And so I feel like as an adult now, like trying to meet people, we meet a lot of people because Andrew is extremely social.
Super extrovert.
He is super extroverted and he loves to make a new friend. And it's funny because the amount of people that we have met, strangers that we've met out in public, and then we've invited them to our home for a crawfish boil or for a dinner or for a party because we love bringing people together. We love making new friends.
A community.
You know, everybody has like something different to offer with their personality. And so I think it's interesting that a lot of people just in general aren't inviting people to their homes. And it makes me wonder how much of that kind of goes back to not having that perfect house and not having
That's such a good connection.
Not having that perfect.
Because it's like, I don't want you to judge me by our friendship or who I am as a person by the way my home looks if it doesn't like suit your lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. And being like, oh, we can't invite people over because I don't have time to make the house look this way, or it doesn't look, it's not the house that I want kind of thing. And so I think that's something that sometimes I'm like, why doesn't anybody ever invite us to their house?
Right. They're like, can I come over?
And I'm not saying people never do, but I feel like people are more apt to invite you out to something because it's less pressure and stuff like that. I love to throw a party, and so I just keep inviting people. I would rather have people in my home and have a good time than miss out on doing fun things with people.
Yeah, totally.
Personally, I have a hard time kind of engaging people when I'm like out and about by myself. I feel like one of the biggest things that is kind of like an icebreaker that I find with people is compliments. I love when I come across somebody that has like amazing shoes that are like
accessories or something
quirky
cute.
or fun or different, or they're just wearing colorful eyeshadow, or they just have a cool vibe. And I feel like it's one of the easiest ways to kind of break the ice with people. Our culture is so like digitized and online that I feel like our interpersonal skills have
kind
really
of diminished,
fallen off the edge. And so learning or just being brave enough to say something to somebody or instead of having to be like, hi, I'm Jess, do you want to be my friend?
And that's kind of how I am sometimes. I'm super awkward because like in our relationship with me and Ryan, he's definitely not the extrovert at all, but it's usually me that has to go up to people. And I am that awkward person. Like if there's a new person in the circle of our friends or anywhere we are, I'm always like, hi, I'm Kendall, what's your name? Like I'm always just straight to the point, kind of awkward. And I think I start off very strange sometimes to people. And I think I do need to take a note from you out of your book about giving someone a compliment or a comment or whatever, or I don't know, because it's awkward sometimes for me.
Some of the funnest stories I have are just random situations with people where we were in Pensacola at this cool like downtown area, and I went to the bathroom, and if you girls know,
bathrooms
talk is where you chat the ladies up. That's where you make new friends.
Yep.
And there was a girl in the bathroom who had a neon pink eyeshadow on.
Oh, you love.
Was fabulous.
You love.
I love a colored eyeshadow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm 42 years old.
Especially neon.
Yes, I still wear pink eyeshadow and blue eyeshadow and purple eyeshadow.
And yellow.
And sometimes all 3, 4 together on the same day.
But you do it so tastefully.
I appreciate that.
You do.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just Lisa Franking these eyeballs.
That's such a good comparison.
Yes. I'm just going to rainbow these bad boys, and hopefully I don't look like a toddler trying to do my makeup.
No, it looks fantastic.
I complimented this girl on her eyeshadow, and she was like, oh my gosh, this brand is amazing, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, I've got the website. Now I have an entire kit of it. And you know what? every time I wear that neon eyeshadow, I get tons of compliments because it is amazing.
Yeah.
But if I would have never said something,
Mm-hmm.
I would just still be wearing bland eyeshadow.
Yeah, the crap eyeshadow.
The crappy neon eyeshadow.
I will say your eyeshadows are freaking fantastic, and they're like really rich, you know, like it's not just like you can see the skin. It's like completely covered, completely. I mean, it looks so
I think
good.
I think that's the only way I know how to do makeup. But I appreciate you noticing that.
Yeah. I love it. And you know what I just thought of? How great would it be if we like had a bar or a restaurant or like a club or something called like the girls' bathroom? Do you know how poppin' it would be?
Gosh, that is a really fun idea. Trademarked.
Yeah.
Trademarked.
It would be, and it would be like probably all girls in there just like chit chatting, just like you could literally hang out in a girl's bathroom.
I love it. The whole
Yeah.
thing could just look like a bathroom. There could be stalls instead of booths.
Yes, and you'd sit on a toilet.
That might be taking it a little too far, Kendall.
When
I would do it. I would do it, but I don't know if everybody else would.
just different colored thrones. You get to choose your toilet seat.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. That would be funny. There could
It'd
be
be-
all shapes and sizes.
Do you
and
know how many
colors.
pictures people would just go to just to take a photo of them
gosh.
sitting on a toilet seat? Our Instagram would be blown up. The girls' room.
If anybody wants to invest in the girls' room bar and restaurant, just hit us up. Partiestoplaydates@gmail. Do you have a story about getting complimented or giving compliments?
I did give someone a compliment the other day about their stroller, and I absolutely loved it. And it's so stupid because everyone's like, "Oh, it's just a stroller," but like to me,
It's not just a stroller.
it's not. It's life.
It is life.
It's life right now. It like carries my purse. It carries the snacks, which are like gold. Carries the water, my chai tea, his blankets, his whatever. Him.
Yeah.
It carries
Oh.
him.
You gotta
Don't-
put kids in those things.
Don't
too.
forget about
Darn
that.
it.
But yeah, it was a really big, beautiful double stroller. Also was like $900, and that's
Oh
probably why
my
I complimented it because it
Holy
was so nice.
cow.
Yeah, it was so nice. But we're friends now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and actually it was a jogging stroller, and that's of course where like my mind goes is like, ooh, that's a really nice jogger. Look at the wheels on that one. Like, you know? Yeah, stuff like that. We're friends now from me saying, oh my God, your stroller is so cool.
That's awesome. I love it. I love
Yeah.
that friendships can start just with something so simple and small.
Yeah.
Just like Andrew coming up to you to
Mhm.
say something or to talk to you guys or giving a compliment about a stroller
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is. Moms with young kids are just kid life all the time.
Mhm.
Moms with older kids are like sports, events, driving here or there,
Oh,
just
yeah.
constant, nonstop eating.
Eating
all
more.
the food, all the grocery shopping, all the laundry, like all the things. All of us are just looking to like connect with other women of all genres too. Like I have friends that I work out with. I have
Mhm.
friends that I will never work out with. You being one of them.
And that is true. I
Kendall
will not.
runs way too fast
And
for
you
me.
lift way too much for me. Also, yeah, no.
So it's a beautiful thing because sometimes I feel like as I've gotten older, I've realized that over the years I've wanted friendships to have it all.
Mhm.
To have like somebody I can go to their house and we can work out
Mhm.
and we can go out and we can have fun and we can this and that and our kids can hang out. But as I get older, I realized people don't have that kind of time.
Mhm.
So you kind of have to spread out your friendship requests
Yeah.
over a variety of people.
Mhm.
And then it's fun because then your circle kind of expands.
Yeah.
And then you have people that you can go see Moana with. And
Yeah.
you have people that you can work out with. And you
Mhm.
have people that, you know, you can go out with and listen to live music and dance
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like we have to, I don't want to say lower our expectations on friendship, but kind of,
Open your mind a little bit more about.
yeah, kind of have a different perspective
Mhm.
on, I hate to say take what you can get because you're not taking, but,
Mhm.
you know, finding friendships that fall into those categories that you're looking for.
And then if you bring all of those friends together, they may meet each other, and you know you're helping other people out fill those boxes for each other.
That's true. And because that has happened with some different
Yeah.
parties and stuff where people have just really connected with each
Mhm.
other. And then the next thing you know, they're friends. And it makes me glad. Or people will be like, where did you find where do you guys
How
find
did
these?
you meet them?
We have literally had people say, where did you find all these people? Like, there is so many different types of people, all ages. Like, you guys are younger. We have other friends that are older. Like, we have no we have no guidelines for your age or your race or if you're married or not married. Like, if you fill a gap, we'll put you in there.
Literally, because no, it's so true. Like, you're our, and I don't want to say older group of friends, but you're also my husband's age. So it's like you are same age / you're 10 years older than me. So I have older friends, and then my other good friends are 10 years younger than me that you could literally be their mom.
Yeah.
Like, it's so.
And I've met some of those friends, and they're really sweet. And I could totally be friends with some of those girls too. And I'm 20 years older. Oh my gosh.
I know. Isn't that wild to think about? I know. It's so crazy because I'm like, oh my God, my husband could probably be your dad in some weird alternate universe. I know.
No.
What a trip. And then you have a kid. He could be grandpa. I know.
Oh,
but yeah, and then we also have friends that are a little bit older that don't have kids and aren't married, and we just absolutely love them.
Yeah.
So yeah, friends could be any shape, size, color, race, gender, whatever.
I love it. Love it.
Offer me a little compliment. What are you cooking tonight? Do you have any idea?
So tonight I'm cooking this pork loin that I laid out yesterday to cook.
Oh, nice.
That I didn't make it around to
Is it the ones
cooking.
from Publix that's usually like buy one, get one that are like.
It is the pre-seasoned pork loin.
Ryan loves those.
And I'll be honest, I have not purchased a pork loin in probably 7 years.
Really?
Because it's just not a piece of meat that I like think about or like, ooh, pork loin sounds amazing tonight. And it's not like I don't know how to cook them. I do, but I love, this is going to sound bad, but I love a big piece of meat.
You heard it here first.
That is going to feed my family for potentially multiple days.
100%.
And that I only have to do one thing to cook it. I laid one out last night with I was supposed to cook it and I didn't.
That's so funny because I'm doing the same thing. Yesterday I had a whole list and I said, okay, I'm making cornbread and soup. And Ryan got so excited. And so he went to work and got home. He goes, did you make soup? And I go, I'm so sorry I didn't. I'll make it tomorrow. So I need to make soup today. That's because he was so bummed.
So what's for dinner tonight? What we were supposed to cook last night.
Exactly. Because you know what? Shit happens.
Every day. Every day. Do you have a soup recipe that you could share?
It's one I literally I do it every week. Onions, sweet potato, quinoa, some type of bean. I usually use like kidney or like a white bean because those two are like my favorite because they're more like creamier beans and they're softer. LOL.
A soft bean is great.
So good. Some type of like frozen veggie because it's just easy to pour in there, like carrots and peas and corn. I love the one with string beans and lima beans. That one.
Because you a bean girl.
I'm a bean girl and protein. Hey. But yeah, I'll throw a little bit of that in there. I'll do some Italian seasoning, or if I just have oregano, I'll do that. Some garlic, and then I use this like veggie stock that is like the concentrated version that's in a jar.
Oh, nice.
And it's like a teaspoon, or I think it's a teaspoon per 8 ounces of water. So I'll do 4 cups or 5 cups of water and then 4 or 5 of those teaspoons in there. And then I'll let it sit and boil or like simmer for 10 to 12 minutes for the quinoa to cook. And honestly, it's just that. And it is so good every single time. And so, of course, salt and pepper.
We'll put the recipe for Kendall's vegan weekly soup in the show notes so you guys can try something new. And for you meat eaters out there, I'm sure you could throw some chicken or beef or whatever meat, or some pork loin that you were supposed to cook last night.
Yeah.
Or just try the vegan version of it.
Yeah. Ryan loves it. Every time I make it, he's like, oh, this one's better than last. Oh, this one's so much better than last. I'm like, I literally did nothing different.
It's because all food cooked by other people always tastes better.
Yeah. That is true. We all should get out there and throw someone a compliment today. Maybe a few. It'll also make you feel good when you make someone else feel good.
And that, party people, wraps up another delightful episode of Parties to Playdates.
We hope you're leaving with a smile, a story, and maybe a tip or two.
Remember, life's journey is better shared with a friend.
And we're so grateful to be part of yours.
If you enjoyed today's chat, don't forget to rate and subscribe to our show.
Your support keeps our community growing and our stories flowing. We want to hear from you. Please send us your thoughts, ideas, and questions to partiestoplaydates@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Partiestoplaydates.
Until next time, keep embracing the chaos and finding the joy.
Take care and stay connected, party people.
Bye for now, and don't forget to laugh a little extra today.
Bye.